Hello friends, today's video I'm going to show you a dashboard we can build in Google Apps Script. Okay, so let me show you. Right, this is a file, and in this file I only have one sheet named dataset, and in this sheet I have 6 columns of data. As you can see here, I have a part number column, and I have the model of the part. Also, I have a family for this part number, and I have a geo, and also for this part number. And here we have a forecast and actual for this part number. And basically, I'm going to do a MTD dashboard. So it's like a tracking status tracking for the forecast and actual. So if you are doing some planning in your work, you should know this MTD. So it's a month to date. Okay. So basically, I have some fake data here. I have, as you can see here, I have 4 families here, family 1, 2, 4, and I have 3 geos, like AP, EMEA, and North America. Okay, so I also have some fact data for the forecast and the actual. Okay, so you can apply this tool to your project, your real project. So all the data are in this sheet, and you can add more data here. All right, so this is a report. We have a menu here called MTD, and I have 2 functions here. The first one is going to open the report for us, and the second one, you can use it to send the report to anyone with email address. Okay, so let's try to open the report. Let's go open the sidebar and bring it to the report URL, and it should load the report for you. Okay, so this report is just a sample report I just built, and have a header for the report. You can change it if you like. I call it MTD dashboard. And also we have a footer here. You can add some links here. You can change, and you can add some information for this report here. And here I have 6 charts here for this dashboard, and I have a summary report here. As you can see, I have the MTD, the month to date is 41% by now. So today is the, let me check. So it's 13th December. So it's like 30% of this month. Okay, today. And we here, attainment here is the total forecast. So it's the percentage of the total is total actual in the total forecast. Okay, so it's 39%. So it's red is because it is less than the target. 41 is the target. So this target is changing every day, and it's less than the target, so it's red. So if it is it's bigger or equal to the target, it will be this color will be green. Okay, and as you can see here, we can see the total forecast and the total actual. So this is the basic idea. And here we can see the MTD by geos. And you see this one is for AP. So for AP is 56%, as you can see. So this red one covers, this red region covers 41%, and the green one covers the rest of the 100. Okay, so 46% is in the green range. So it's for AP, so it's above the target. And here you can see, as you can see here, for EMEA is 33%, and it's below the target 41. So it's in this red range. Okay, so it's for the same one for this North America is also the same. It's 45%. So you can have it's like a tracking chart for each group, for each geography, and you can do this for family or for model, so you can have some very similar like this. Okay, and here the third chart is a table, and we have the raw data here. As you can see, it is exactly the same table in our spreadsheet. Okay, so we have all the part numbers, model, family, geography, and forecast actual in this table. And the 3-bar chart here, I have the forecast and the actual by model and by family and also by geo. Okay, basically it's the same data, just present as a different way. Okay, so basically that's all for this dashboard, and you get the idea and all the data from this data set, so you can show whatever you want to show to your end user, so to your customer. So you just show the information you'd like to show, or they are asking the data they want to know, so you can put it here in this dashboard. All right, so this is basically for this MTD dashboard. So basically you update this data set every day. So if you have any actual added, basically for this forecast, it will be updated every maybe every first day of the month. So during the month, the forecast will not going to change, and so basically it's changed on this actual. So you get this actual from your ERP system or anyone else. So you just modify the. You can have a script to update the actuals for your product. So if you update it, let's say we do some change to see if we can track the changes in our dashboard. Okay, 100, let's pick 500, 200, 200. So right now the actual is a 3775 and it's 39%. If we refresh this page, because I have changed the actual, and we should have a different value. Okay, now it's 53%, and it's above the target, so we have a green color, and the total actual is changed. Okay, so you see everything in these gauges all above the target, so everything looks fine. All right, so basically that's all the functionality in this report. And so if you think this dashboard is just suited for you, you can simply make a copy of this file to your drive and replace the data you want to use. So just replace the real data for your report, and you can use it. And also you can send this as an email. So just send it. It's going to send the email to the email address. Okay, I'm going to cancel it for now. So please make a copy of this file if you'd like to use it, and you also can do some modification in the code, so you can do some modification to the report. You can add more chart to the report. Okay, so if you you can do some modification in my code. Let's go to rename it for YouTube. Let's close this one, and we also close the old one. So if you don't want to change the code, you just make a copy of this file and follow just a few steps. You can be able to use it. All right, once you copy this file to your Google Drive, and the first step you need to do, you need to go to Tools, Script Editor, and you need to publish this project as a web application. Okay, so I'm going to publish, deploy as web application. And since this is the first time and this only there is no revisions here, it's going to have a new revision, and you can choose who should have access to this web application. So for now I choose the last one. I'm going to update it. Alright, so you need to review the permissions. Choose your Google account, advanced. So go to the MTD dashboard, event and save, and you need to allow the MTD dashboard to these APIs. Allow them. Alright, so it's published successfully, and you get this URL. You can copy this URL, and since we have a menu here to open the report, basically it's just going to open that URL we just got. Okay, you click this open report function, it's going to open a new tab in your browser. So basically this URL we just published, and it's going to bring it to this report, just like I just showed you. And maybe a few very simple updates you can use. So if you do not like this color, green color, you can change it very quickly. Here I use the W3 CSS library. So I use the same library. As you can see here, I have a green theme in this index.html file. So if you'd like to try other colors like red, you just need to change the green to red. And if you go to refresh, not refresh this one, you need to republish. Once you do some change, you need to republish your project. So for now, I'm just using the development mode. So it's only for development. So it's have another URL with the dev in the end. So you can see here we have a red theme here, and you should be able to have a lot of options. Let's try to search for all three CSS. So it's a W3 CSS. We should have a theme here. Okay, where is it? Here. Okay, so it's a color theme, and you have a lot of options here you can choose. Okay, so a lot of them you can use. So let's get back to this green one. I'm gonna cancel it, and we change the code to green. Okay, so you can do some. This is a very quick change for styling. Okay, everything should be changed, and so I think that's all for all the changes you can do. If you don't want to get too much involved in this project, and if you are interested in this project and want to learn something about it, and then I'm going to explain this project to you right now. Okay, so basically in this project I have 4 files here, and I have one .gs file and 3 .html file. And as you can see for the first one, for this code.js, it's all the Google App script all included in this file. And the functions here, we have the include function, the get data function, also have an open report and send report function. And the last one is on open function. It's going to build the menu for us. So for this first one is the include function is going to connect the JavaScript HTML and the CSS HTML. We're going to just insert both files to this index HTML. As you can see here, I have this include function, and then we just insert the CSS to the head section, and we also insert the body, insert the JavaScript file to this body section. Okay, so this is include function, and we have this doGet function to. So this is a must-have function for the web application. You can use doGet and you can use doPost. If you have some form to post something, you can use doPost. All right. So for this one, you use doGet, and this is the title for the web application here, MTD dashboard. So you can change it to anything you like, and this is the title. So you change the title here. All right. So this tag is for the responsive layout. Okay. So basically, this layout is responsible. So if you do something, if you change the width, it's going to change the layout. Okay. So it's responsive. Let's close that one, and so this get data function is I'm going to remove this log. Basically, it's going to get data from the sheet dataset. So if you change your sheet name dataset, you need to remember to change this value here. So if you change this another name, you need to also change the code here. All right, so basically get all the values in this dataset. Okay, and this is the get data function, and open function is going to open the URL for us, and send report is going to send an email with the URL of this report, and the last one is just going to create a menu in the spreadsheet and add two functions to the spreadsheet. So basically, that's all the functions with a Google App script. And let's go back to this index.html file and close the Google App script file. And here, as you can see, we're using Vue.js in this project. So as you can see here, we only have a very few items in the HTML file, and we here have a link, have a script tag here. It's for the Vue.js library. Okay, and also the next one, let's see, what is this one? Oh, this one is a library. So it's a Google Visualization API library. Okay, we need to include this. So basically, it's a library to render chart in your web application. Okay, this is how we do the Google chart. In this we're going to use this library to draw all the chart in our web application. And this is a style sheet for the Google add-on style sheet. So I'm not using it in this project, so I'm just comment it. And this link is W3 CSS library is linked to the style sheet, and this one is just W3 theme. So as you can see, I just showed you how to change the theme color. So you just need to change the URL here to link to the theme you like to use. All right. So all the links and are in the head section. All right. So in the body section, we have a div, have ID app. So this is a Vue instance. So all the content in this div with ID app, we're going to handled by the Vue.js. So we have a Vue app header component. We also have a components called app main and the app footer. So basically, the header section is the, where is my app? Okay, let's open the app. The header section is very simple, just a header. Okay, it's just a header with a simple title in it. It's called MTD Dashboard. Okay, just simple like that. I have this app main. So this is the main section with all the chart. Okay, this main contains all the chart in it. And the last is the app footer, and this footer contains all the links and some copyright and your notes. You can add more stuff here. So basically, I only have three main component in this view instance. Okay, and we needed to pass some data to this header. So we passed a header. This header is an object, I think. So this is an object we're going to define in our Vue.js. And we also have the chart and have a card. Also have a footer. So all this object variable name, you should be able to find it in our Vue.js file. So in this JS.html is our Vue.js JavaScript code. So you should be able to find them all. So let me show you this JS HTML file. As you can see here, this is a long. Okay, this is a long file, I have to say. So let's go to the data first. So where is my data? Data. Okay, so basically we have some components like the app header, app footer, and this one is also, this is a card MTD. So this card MTD is this card. Okay, let me show you example for the card. So as you can see, as this card here, we have a summary, we have the month to date, and I have a attainment and the forecast actual. So basically, this card component, this is a the Vue.js component, and is we define it here. We have the props. So this props is going to, we have that data here. So all the data for this card are in this variable, and we have a template to build it. Okay, here as you can see, we have this template. This is summary for the card, and we have a month to date, and we're going to get the month to date from this data variable and put it here. All right, and we also added the percentage at the end. So this month to date and the attainment is just the same. And also we have the logic here. So if the MTD is bigger or equal to the month to date, we're going to color it as green. Else we're going to color it as red. So this is how we do it in the Vue.js. Okay, the last one, the forecast, and the actual, it's just very similar. So if we check the color MTD, we should have a data called, let me check, where is the data? Where is my data object? Okay, here is the data. It's called computed. We have this card object. It's a function here. It's going to return the data as an object here. So we have the data here. As you can see, with the month to date is equal to this month to date. We set the forecast to 0 at the very beginning, and we're going to loop through the data set, and basically just the sum of all the forecast and the actual. So get the total forecast and the total actual, and put them back to this card object. And this is MTD. It's how we do the calculation. Okay, so that's a lot of stuff, and basically if we check this view, okay, so when the app is launched, this line should be run at first. So all these are variables. So we just define it. So like we have this keyword let is similar to the var. Okay, so we define this variable, and this is a Vue components I just said. So we define all these kind of variables, a lot of variables here, and we here we're going to, when the app is selected, we're going to run a script. So this Google script run is going to trigger a function in this code GS file. So we're going to run this get data function to retrieve all the data we want. So here, this get data function, we're going to pull all the data in this data set. Okay, so if we get the data successfully, so this we successfully handle, we're going to run all the code between in this with success handler. So this function we're going to be triggered if we get the data successfully, and we're going to return the data set. So we can use this data set. So basically, if we get the data, this data set will represent all the data here. Okay. So once we get this data set, I'm going to pass the data set to this data object. Okay, we have this data set and month to date, and we have the header. So you change the header here. So this header, we have a title. Okay, this header is the header, the title in this header. Okay, you can change it if you want. And the footer, here I have the copyright, you can change. I have the links here. So basically in this link we have two properties in name, have a URL and have a name. So if you need to change the links, you can change it here, and if you have more links, you only need to copy and change the name and the URL. You need to change. Okay. And you also need to put the components. So these components, we have the components app header, app footer, app main here, and the computed. The computed is just the value we just calculated with the, in this computed we have the card and we have the chart. Okay, all the chart here, the chart data here, we have a model chart. Basically the chart by model. So you can change the title here, and we have a family chart and a geo chart, the gauge chart. Okay, and table data here. Basically, in this computed object, we just convert the data set to the data to the chart data we can use in our project here. And here you can see I have some components like this, begin with Google. Let me, so we have a Google bar. So basically this is the components. This is the view components we can build with the Google bar data and with the Google visualization API. So if you can remember, we have this library linked here in the head section, and basically we are using the Google visualization API here to draw the chart in our web application. So if we go to some examples, if you go to this guides here and go to the bar chart, you can see the code. We have some sample code here. Basically, I'm using the sample code and I just write them in the Vue.js. So this function is going to create the bar chart and with the data, and we have some options. Okay. So this is defined in the data is defined in the computed. Where is the computed? Not here. Computed. Okay. So this chart object is actually is not an object. It's array of the it's an array of the objects. So in this array, if we go back to, okay, this chart, we have the gauge chart, table chart. We also have the model chart and family chart and the geo chart here. Okay. So as you can see here, you can have the order of the chart. So the gauge is the first one, this one, because this summary is not a Google visualization, is a custom chart I built in the script. So for the rest of them is created by Google, okay, by Google API. And so first one, so if you change the order of this chart data in this array, you should be able to have another layout. Let's try to move this the gauge chart to the end and then remove this one. We should have another layout. If I refresh it, so as you can see, I moved the gauges to the end. And let me move it back. It's a little bit complicated to explain this to you guys if you are not familiar with the Vue.js. So basically, I'm just learning the Vue.js, and I find it's a very good tool to build a single-page web application like this. It's very useful. It's very handy for this kind of project. And okay, the last one is the CSS file. Just because we are using the W3 CSS library, so most of the style are added with class. If we go to the code, let me take example here. So here for this header, I applied some classes for the header. As you can see, we have the W3 container class, and we also apply the theme. So as you can see here, we use this W3-theme to apply the theme. So this theme represent green. If you have a link to this green theme, and if it's red, this theme is going to be red. So that's how the theme works. And we have a lot of classes like this. Begin with W3. That's the W3 CSS. So it's from the W3 CSS library. And in this CSS.html, it's the customized CSS I used for this project. Okay, you don't need to worry about it. Okay, so basically that's all. I think that's all for today's video. And if you found something, because in this code it's a very long and it's a long file. So if you are interested and if you found any issues or questions, please leave your comment below my video. Okay, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.